like this better. Mike Rashid, you know, Mr. Alpha as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I just fuck with you. But I'm in, you know, one of the fitness influencers in this community, and I try to do my best to help grow it in a positive light. You know what I'm saying? Give whatever inspiration or motivation that I can to those who care to listen. So what I want to do is completely make this about us and open this up for a Q&A. I don't want to sit here and ramble on about myself. I want to talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. That cool? That cool? All right, cool. So whoever's first. Look, nothing's off the table. I'm an open book. You know what I'm saying? So we can talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. It's honestly, man, life is so dynamic. It's never one thing, right? It's always something. And I think that it will always be something, but that's okay. I've overcome some really big things, difficult things to me, and when you think you're done, it's something else. But life is good. So we have those days of rain, of darkness, but guess what? That shit stops. And there's always sunshine after the rain. I can't give one specific thing. I can, but then I can think of something else that to me was just as big, you know? So one thing that I have faith in is the fact that there is more sunshine than rainy days. You know what I'm saying? Unless you live in Seattle, then life sucks. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's how my life has been so far. So, and when you deal with the rain in a good way, like we talked about last night, with your head up, with a smile on your face, life gets better. It gets so much better, so much sweeter. And then the rainy days after that, you start to enjoy. You know what I mean? Because you change your perspective. What you're doing is you biohacking yourself. You're changing your perspective, and you're not allowing negative things to be negative. Or you're not allowing things that other people perceive as negative to be negative to you. Like, nah, this is okay. What are y'all crying about? This is necessary. Because once this is done, I'm that much stronger. I'm better. You know what I'm saying? So bring it. You know, so as long as you're doing it, I feel like generally speaking, life is fair. And I'm talking to this guy right here. You know, if you don't mind me telling some of your story, he lost one of his legs 2 months ago, right? In a motorcycle accident. You don't have to shake your head. Don't feel sorry for him. He don't feel sorry for himself. He shouldn't. Listen, I used to ride bikes. One of my closest friends, me, Trail used to wheel all road, and the coldest dude on his bike, he was better than everybody. He died on his bike. You know what I'm saying? We chose to roll bikes. That's a possibility. You know what I'm saying? What happened with you was a possibility. Okay, it happened. It sucks for a hot second, but fuck that. Get over it. Because you're still alive. You here. You got this beautiful baby girl right here. You got your girl right here. All those people in the gym yesterday that look up to you. You got a lot to live for. You know what I'm saying? Now, you got even that much more purpose in your life. You know what I'm saying? So you got a huge responsibility. And that's good. You know, and that's life. We are all products of our decisions. People want to talk about destiny. Oh, this is meant to happen. No, nothing's meant to happen. Our destiny is literally our decisions, right? If I decide to work out every day, I'm going to be swole. You know what I mean? If I decide to be lazy, I'm going to get fat. You know, our life is literally what we make it. You know what I mean? So to answer your question, it's been a few things that are really heavy that I had to deal with, man. Like, I've had some really dark days. And we were talking about this at lunch today. You know, I'm fortunate enough to have had to deal with those days literally by myself. It was hard back then, but it made me grow up really fast. You know what I'm saying? And it made me strong. No doubt. I drink BCAAs often. You know, you get it in red meat and stuff like that, but for people that don't eat a lot of red meat, they can get it in the supplement form. And I want to shout out one of my friends, Mark Loveliner, who's actually a business partner of mine. He didn't invent the supplement of BCAAs, but he introduced it to the fitness world and the fitness market. You know what I mean? So I got some pretty smart friends. But yeah, it's a dope product. It's important, very important. Okay, so I grew up, man, my life was like a movie growing up, you know? But I did get caught in the streets for a while, making fast money and living that lifestyle. And, you know, it was just a natural evolution, a natural growth, man. Like, certain things that I had value in, I didn't have value in anymore. And certain things that I didn't value, I really valued, like my freedom, you know, and freedom to just, I don't know if anybody in here has ever been in jail, but your freedom to go in a refrigerator when you want. You know what I'm saying? To go to sleep when you want. Turn the lights off or on when you want. You know, to not be spoken to or treated like an animal. You know, if anybody has ever lost your freedom, your physical freedom, and been incarcerated, you're treated worse than an animal. You know what I mean? And it's a really harsh reality check. You know, and that's a place where you can't tell, you can't complain. You know, there's nothing, you gotta, that's a big pill you gotta swallow and deal with, you know? So that was something that I experienced. That helped, you know, light a fire under my butt to not ever experience that again. And honestly, man, like, I was embarrassed with the way that I was behaving and the things that I was doing. You know, my grandparents died, and I couldn't imagine how it would have broke their hearts if they would have known about the things that I was doing with my life at the time, you know? So that and my beautiful children, it's like, man, I'd rather, if I didn't have kids, maybe I wouldn't understand it, but me having kids and the love that I have for my kids, I'd rather not be alive than not have access to my children. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, I'd rather die a painful death than not have access to my children. You know what I mean? So all of those things, man, it's nothing to do with me, it's to do with people that I love and I care about. You know? It's like, what am I doing? I know better. And that was I dealt with some harsh recourse because I do know better. So it was even worse for me. You know what I'm saying? So I had to, you know, pay the piper, and I did without complaining, my head up. And life is good now, you know what I mean? That's the thing, man. I tell people all the time, even people I know that they may do something stupid or they fucking up or whatever, I'm like, look, you need to seriously atone for your actions. I believe that. I'm not the Pope, you know what I'm saying, or Mother Teresa, but I do believe that if we do something wrong and we know we do something wrong, we need to correct it. And whoever, if it was somebody that we did wrong to, we need to ask them for their forgiveness. And we need to apologize, you know what I'm saying? And then we gotta forgive ourselves. You know, we're not our past mistakes. We don't have to exist in that world. And a lot of people, especially from the community I'm from, may have done a few bad things, and they're like, this is just me, I'm fucked up. No, you're not. Nobody's fucked up. Just like nobody's perfect, nobody's just great. Because that great honor roll student can do one thing to be fucked up, and vice versa. We all have the ability to live the life that we feel like we should live, to be good people or be bad people. We all have that capacity, you know, so I believe, you know, I don't be thinking too deep into life, like the purpose of life, but shit, I think all of us want happiness, you know what I'm saying? And there's no happiness where I was at. That's not happy. No matter how much money I had, I was paranoid, looking over my shoulder. Every minute I'm thinking this is gonna be the day that something bad's gonna happen. Now I don't think that at all. I'm jovial. I don't lock my doors. I leave my wallet out at the gym. I trust everybody, and I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? That's the life that you want to live, not being skeptical and paranoid over everything. You know what I mean? So I just wanted happiness, and that's where happiness was at, in that good, positive space. Outside of fitness, I'm passionate about life. I'm passionate about meeting people and talking to people. Like, this is dope to me, you know? I'm passionate about, like, knowing your life. Like, who are you? Like, how'd you get here? Why are you here today? You know what I'm saying? Like, all of that stuff fascinates me. I love animals. I love nature. I love, you know, astrophysics. Not that I'm that smart, you know what I mean? But I love trying to understand those concepts. I listen to theoretical physicists and astrophysicists. I'll pay $500 to watch them lecture. I like shit like that. I like learning. Even though that stuff is so far beyond my grasp of understanding. Look, y'all know who Neil deGrasse Tyson is? Anybody? So I went to see him speak one time, right? And he does a Q&A at the end. I have my questions ready. The people in the audience were asking such intelligent questions. I was like, I'm not gonna ask this stupid shit. They're gonna think I'm an idiot. You know what I mean? So, but it's fun and it's cool, you know? I know that I'm not that smart, you know what I mean? But I love, just like watching Michael Jordan in his prime. That's so fascinating to watch. I'm fascinated by our great thinkers and our great minds at work. Just like watching Floyd Mayweather fight, or, you know what I'm saying? I'm entertained by that as well. So, and the extra bonus in that, and like our great thinkers, is they're doing things that will benefit society at some point. You know what I mean? We have no idea the technology that NASA threw away or don't need for space is stuff that we use every day here on Earth, like everyday technology, you know what I mean, that we take for granted. So I'm into that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not to say that athletes don't contribute to humanity, because if you watch a basketball game or whatever and it brings you joy, that's good. It puts you in a good mood, that's very valuable, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, those are my passions, like just life in general, you know.
How did that start?
Good question. We all met around 2009, and we were all just personal trainers at a gym called Metroflex Long Beach. And you know, I immediately fell in love with CT, you know. He was like a father figure out the gate. We just clicked. And then I met CT before Rob, not long before, but Rob and CT had already knew each other. And then Rob was coming in, I was seeing Rob, and Rob was just extremely impressive looking to me, you know what I'm saying? He was tall, he was getting ready for a show, so he was real lean, but very muscular. And you don't see tall guys like that with big legs, like muscular legs. He was just put together like very impressively. And Rob is an intimidating looking dude, you know what I'm saying? So my lion instincts and alpha male instincts was like, who is this? Who is this guy? You know what I mean? And Rob, if y'all ever really get to know Rob, Rob is just one of the purest souls you'll ever meet. Just a good energy, you know what I'm saying? So Rob was like just reaching out like, hey man, let's work out, let's chill, let's, you know. And I was at the time very standoffish, so I was like, yeah, okay, but kind of playing him to the left. And he kept being persistent, and persistent people kind of win with me, you know. He was persistent but not annoying. And then CT, I was training with CT, and then he was like, today you and Rob are gonna train together. So we're gonna train arms. And I was like, that's gonna be boring. But listen, that was one of the hardest workout, an arm workout. It was one of the hardest workouts ever. And me and Rob was like going to war with each other. The CT was instigating that war, but it was dope, it was good. It was like a brotherly kind of competition. And then me and Rob just kept training together after that. And I mean, all three of us. And you know, but around that time, CT's health was up and down. So me and Rob would be together, more training, and we just grew a brotherhood, just a bond, just really cared about each other, just good friends, you know what I'm saying? And then the whole YouTube thing, we was all kind of doing YouTube back then, but it wasn't like, see, now you have people that start YouTube channels with the intentions of becoming fitness entrepreneurs or whatever. That wasn't why we was on YouTube. Me personally, I was on YouTube because as I was a personal trainer, and YouTube was a place where I can keep track of my clients' progress. Like, I can show them, like, look, 2 months ago you only did this amount of squats. Now you're doing this. And I actually had my channel, I deleted a lot of the old stuff, but some of it I kept. And you'll see some of my clients doing 100 rep squats. You know what I'm saying? And shit, stuff like that. So I used to do that so they can see their progress, gauge their progress. And also, that was helping me get more business, training business. Seeing my athletes or the people that I was training getting some real results, looking better, performing better and stuff like that. And I would, some of my workouts and me and Rob and me and CT stuff, we throw that on there, but not with the intentions of like getting millions of views or anything like that. So, but just so happened that our workouts were, you know, pretty different, pretty intense, and I guess motivational. People start liking it. So they start getting more and more traction until it grew to what it is now. And this wasn't intended. It wasn't a plan. You know what I mean? So our growth, it was a real type of growth. Like, this guy is just doing what they do, and people happen to like it. You know what I'm saying? And share it, and it grows. Like, nowadays, people's stuff is real calculated. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we gotta figure out this, and watching the metrics, and let's make you collaborate with this one, bring your fans with this fan. Like, I don't do all of that. You know what I'm saying? And CT don't either, and Big Bob don't either. We just do what we do. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we had met, and we all met in the workspace and grew a real bond, a real family bond. It's our relationship is a lot deeper than what people see on social media. You know, not everything is for social media, you know?